Okay. What I need to ask you is a week ago, you sent me this text about the German servers, right? We kind
Yeah,
of talked
yeah,
about it. Then it was quickly debunked in the press. And you
yeah.
told me, yeah, that's why I don't send you these texts right away because they're not vetted. I go, all right, all right, all right.
Right.
So then, Juliana comes out yesterday, starts talking about the Germany servers again, right?
Yeah,
And then I
yeah.
look it up again, and the press doubles down. They said, yeah, hey, it doesn't happen. It's not there. And the press, misinforms, but they usually don't flat out lie, right?
Yeah.
And so I go home last night. My wife tells me, "Do you hear about the servers? That's the reason they shut them down on election night because they were overwhelmed, right?" And
Yeah.
I'm thinking, my iPhone has more power than the election servers, right?
Right,
And
right.
it's not going to be shut down because of overwork. And then I'm thinking, is it like an Office Space movie scenario where they move the decimal point? And they were looking at Rhode Island. They say, Jesus, Rhode Island has 150 million votes. We can't have that happen. So we better shut this thing down before it, goes crazy and everyone notices that Rhode Island has, 10 times more, ballots than there are residents of Rhode Island. What the heck's happened? Do you have any clue?
Well, I read the New York Times story
Uh,
on the debunking of this.
uh,
And and what they said is that they called Skittle, which is the German company that supposedly was seized or whatever,
yeah,
and they called the army
yeah.
and they said
Yeah, they called the army.
Skittles.
Yeah, 5551212. Did you have anything to do with these servers? We don't know
Yeah,
what the hell
yeah,
you're
yeah.
talking about. Oh,
That's
army
basic.
denies knowing anything about servers. That's
Yes,
what I'm
yes.
picturing.
That's
Okay, good.
basically what the army said. The
Okay,
army said they denied having to do anything with anything. And
yeah,
Skittle said, "Yeah, no, nothing happened. We don't have anything to do with American elections."
yeah,
And so the New York Times said, "Well, that's good enough for us.
yeah,
It's debunked."
yeah,
you know. And so again, that's why you have to read these articles carefully. Look, you know, I know that the trying to prove a massive conspiracy theory is difficult, and it makes people look crazy
yeah,
when they spread this massive conspiracy theory.
yeah.
However, so first of all, that's step one, is say that everybody's talking about a massive conspiracy theory. That's
Mm,
all that's step one
yeah,
of like diminishing the other side.
yeah,
And step two is when you write these articles, take every word of report literally and debunk the literal things.
mm,
In other words, so the New York Times can say, yeah, the army didn't do it. The army said they didn't do it, and Skittle said that nothing happened.
mm,
And but like, okay, maybe the army didn't do it. Maybe it was some other group that did it.
yeah,
Maybe it wasn't the U.S. Army. Maybe it was the German Army because they didn't want U.S. troops going into a private business. I mean, again, and that's the problem that we have in the media is nobody's. There's two huge problems that we have in the media. Nobody is willing to investigate. We have the laziest crop of journalists that ever existed in all of human history because they do all their research based on tweets,
on social
Instagram
media.
posts,
Yeah, they do it
and
all on
and the and
social
the
media.
right, and the first paragraph of a Wikipedia article, they whip up 500 words while they're sitting on the fucking John, and then it's like, oh, look, I did a day's work.
Yeah,
That's really, because when you read these articles, that's really all you see.
yeah,
Now Tucker Carlson got in trouble last night because he came on and says, yeah, Tucker Carlson,
yeah, yeah,
he comes on and he says we called Sidney Powell, who's the woman lawyer that's working on Giuliani's team. We called Sidney Powell and we asked her to provide evidence. We asked her kindly. We asked her nicely. We asked her consistently. But
mm,
we didn't get one single page. And she has since said, stop calling me.
yeah,
That's what he says last night. Now we're supposed to think, oh, she's. Now I guess what the theory is this woman who's a famous lawyer is throwing her entire reputation away on some crazy crackpot conspiracy theory.
yeah,
This is the thing. You've got to let this thing play out. And what
yeah,
the Democrats are depending on with this is they just want to run out the clock. They
yeah,
just want to run out the clock. You don't see Is the FBI investigating this?
Yeah.
What's his face? Giuliani says they have hundreds, if not thousands, of sworn affidavits.
Yeah.
A sworn affidavit is a thing.
Yeah.
And these affidavits have gotten in trouble. Do you think the FBI or anybody would be interested in looking? The Department of Justice would be interested in looking into this? And I don't know that they're not.
Yeah.
But the point is our media is just terrible. But coming back to the conspiracy, is it really that hard?
Yeah.
Like people say, oh, with the conspiracy theory, it's impossible because there are so many moving parts, and people are going to give up the ghost and do this.
Yeah, like the JFK assassination.
Right.
You know?
Well, then the thing is, okay, so what does it look like when a conspiracy falls apart? Does it involve maybe thousands of affidavits saying that people noticed that some shit was going on and wanted to report it?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. There's no, and the other the problem is we, the consumers of the news, we demand to know everything now. For example, Tucker Carlson last night. Tucker Carlson wants all of the evidence. They're putting together a court case. What do you think they're gonna? What do you think Sidney Powell's gonna go? Oh yeah, here's the copies of all of our evidence, and you can use it on your show as you see fit. Fox News, which Fox News has proven themselves to be against this presidency right now. And so again, it's frustrating. We're in this world of immediacy. We all need everything right now. And that's, again, coming back to why I don't send these tweets and links out to you is, you got to give it a few days to see how it plays out, But just because the New York Times says it's been, the Democrats control every form of mass communication in the country. They control the news media. They control Hollywood. They control the music industry. They control the schools, primary, elementary, high schools, colleges, universities. They control Silicon Valley. And every time somebody comes out and tries to report something contrary to what their narrative is, they're either censored or canceled or called a crackpot tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorist or whatever. And it's, so what is so hard about this conspiracy? These people on the affidavits, they actually did it to the two Republicans on the board in Wayne County. They got them to vote, to certify the election in Wayne County by threatening them and promising them that they would do an independent audit. And now,
what was that threat? Do you have any idea? I heard
the guy said there was a video of a guy, and he named the Republican woman by name. He said, and again, he was talking. He goes, and this woman, Rebecca Stone or whatever the hell her name, I don't know what her name is. Rebecca Stone is a supporter of suppressing black votes. She is a racist, and her children who go to Grosse Point Jefferson Public School. Like he's saying this, on the air. So, and again, we got these Antifa people. That these people are fucking nuts. I mean, you see in the signs that they're putting up now. If they're not wearing a mask, punch them in the face.
Really?
Putting these signs up. These people are fucking crazy. So now those two Republicans, they tried to rescind their vote. I don't know if they legally can. But they tried to rescind their vote, and they've sworn affidavits that they were threatened, and the Democrats that they made the deal with didn't act in good faith, and all this stuff. It's a fucking mess. And so when people say it can't be a conspiracy theory because conspiracies fall apart. Well, isn't that what we're seeing happen?
Yeah,
it's falling apart.
Yeah.
And what the woman said yesterday, with respect, coming back to that server thing, is the server story came out about the U.S. Army seizing the Skittle server. And then it was debunked by the news media. And we have
the AP news media, because they're usually pretty solid.
And it's not AP. Well, actually, AP's not. I mean, they used to be solid, like Reuters and UPI. They used to all be solid, but now they're all being infiltrated by these 25-year-olds out of journalism school, they all went to like Harvard and Princeton and Stanford and all these shit schools, and daddy's got connections. So that now they're the people that are writing, and they're just dumb 20-year-olds, because everything's on social media now.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, oh, do you have a good following on your social media? Yes, I do. Okay, you got the job.
Yeah.
That's why I can't get a job. I got like 3 followers on Twitter.
And two of them are robots, and one of them is a workout girl.
Yeah. One of them is me.
You and your family members don't follow you.
Yeah, I don't even have my family members. Because they're sick of hearing from me anyway.
That's
the thing. I mean, we live in this world of immediacy. Let the system play out. And again, my view on come to this is, if they do recounts and audits and all this stuff, and it still comes up that Trump lost, I'm not going to like it, but we'll move on. We'll move on. We'll deal with it. We dealt with 8 years of that idiot Obama. We can deal. And Biden isn't going to be doing anything. See, he's already backtracking on the lockdowns. The whole campaign, for, if you can call what he did. See, that's what's so ridiculous. The guy didn't even campaign.
See, at least you can say about Trump, you may not like him. That's fine. But everything he said he was going to do during his campaign, he did. He didn't backtrack in anything. Even the controversial stuff, the stuff that nobody liked, he did. Because he promised it. That's what he's going to do. Well, like the wall, when he couldn't do it, when he was voted against it, like the wall, he wanted to do that quicker. And the stopping the people to come into the country, he kind of did it. Then the judge, did it against it. But he tried. He tried to do it. Every single day. It's not like he said, I'm gonna make a great trade deal with China, and it's gonna be awesome. And then after he was elected, he said, well, we got a pretty good trade deal with him. Let's let it be for a while. He didn't do that. He went in. He took the NAFTA deal with North America. He did the Asian deal with the Asian countries, and he renegotiated like he said he was going to do.
Yeah.
There's not one thing, because my buddy keeps complaining, Trump's an idiot and he's a liar. I go, what? He's done everything he said he was going to do. You may not like everything he said. That's why you didn't vote for him. But he literally did everything he said he was going to do.
See,
and that's
what I don't understand. Yeah. I don't understand what they, in terms of what he's done, what they don't like. Like, why don't you like the wall? What is the problem with the wall?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Put a wall up around your friggin' house.
Yeah.
Put a lock on your front door. I mean, I don't understand why people are so outraged about the wall. Trump isn't saying we're going to keep everybody out. No, he's saying you can come out. Just go to a port of entry. Go to a port of entry. If you're a political prisoner, just go to the port of entry, claim political asylum, and you'll get in. But you can't just sneak over the Rio Grande. You can't have people doing this.
Doesn't work that way.
If I meet somebody today and they're in a real bind, and they seem like they're on their level, I can invite them into my house. But I don't want to have that person that's walking around and is in a real jam, and I come home from work
in his underwear. He's walking around in his underwear.
Right, eating my food.
Yeah, I know.
Last chocolate chip cookie. I'm like,
that would kill me. Don't touch my chocolate chip cookies. That's
the point is, when I talk to these people, they first of all they'll say, "Well, Trump put kids in cages." He didn't put kids in cages. That's
Obama
ridiculous.
Obama built the cages.
That, but they're not even being put in cages. Like if I'm driving, I remember once I was driving home. I had my kids come into. I used to manage a movie theater. And I had my kids come in to me, and because it was fun to play at the movie theater, and I had them on the weekends. And I said, "Okay, why don't you come hang out with me at the movie theater?" So we didn't get home till very late, and I lived about 40 miles away. So I was driving, and I was coming home late at night, and something happened with I think, that's what it was. My insurance lapsed.
Yeah.
And in Massachusetts, when your insurance lapsed, they shut your registration off.
Yeah.
So I'm driving, and I just didn't know. And I was driving down 128. The blues came on. The guy pulls me over because my plate came up hot. He looked at my plate, and he pulls me over, and he sees me with the kids. I was like one exit away from where I lived. And he sees me, and I was talking to him in the thing, but my kids were in the car and all this. And I said, "Can I get out of the car and talk to you?" He goes, "Yeah." And so I told him, I said, "Listen, I just got divorced." I said, "I'm bringing the kids home for the weekend." I said, "I didn't know my insurance lapsed." I said, I'm sorry. I apologize for the thing. Now, And he let me go. He said, you know what, just go home. Don't go out driving and get this insurance thing squared away. And I said, thank you very much. He let me
It's
go.
white privilege, by the way. Go ahead.
Right, exactly. and and this is why AIs don't work, because there are different circumstances, But anyway, so that's if he decided, fuck this, I got to run this guy in. It's not like my two kids get to come and hang out in the jail cell with me.
Yeah.
No. The state police, police are going to intervene in some way and do something with these kids.
Yeah.
And what those kids are going to be done is taken into custody, because that guy doesn't know if I just kidnapped those two kids. It's 11:30 at night.
Yeah.
And some fat old guy is driving around with two children. They got it. And so that's exactly what goes on with the people coming over the border. They come in with their kids, and it's like, well, you're being arrested for jumping the border, but we don't even know if these kids are your kids.
Yeah.
So that's what they do. But the way the media's put it is like, Trump just says, let's take the children, like chitty chitty bang bang, and put them in a cage. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy.
So that's the thing. I understand what these people hate about his policies. His policies have been very middle of the road policies. Yeah. He's been tough on other countries. He's gotten good deals for the U.S. with NAFTA. I think he's dealt with COVID exactly the way it needed to be dealt with. I don't know what he could possibly have done differently, or what Biden would possibly do differently. It's ridiculous. These people are just completely indoctrinated with Orange Man bad. They're just, everything the guy does is bad. And I don't think he's done anything bad. I can't think of anything he's done that I'm like,
I got to go upstairs. I got to go upstairs. I'll talk to you later.